Hi people, welcome back to my channel. How you all doing? Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If it's the first time seeing my face, hello, hi, welcome to the Noble family. Do well to subscribe. Trust me guys, you will love it here. Go check out my other videos. I'm going to be linking some of them in the description box. So for those that will ask, I create content around lifestyle, food, videos like this. Okay, I live in northern Cyprus with my family. Okay, I'm a mom of 3. Yeah, and to my returnees, God bless you guys so much for clicking on this video. Thank you so much for all the support that I truly appreciate. Okay, guys, so today I'm going to be telling you guys what I wish I knew before coming into Cyprus. So these are videos that I don't really get a lot of it on internet. I know that a lot of people might want to click and get 1 or 2 informations, and that is why I keep dishing it out. Okay, for those that who ask how many years I've been here for 11 years and counting. Okay, 11 years plus. So I kind of have little knowledge about this place. Not little knowledge, I kind of have knowledge about this place, okay, in terms of studies and also work. So I just decided that I'm going to be giving out like informations for those who might be coming in here or relocating to North Cyprus. If you are already here, you can share with your loved ones or share it on your status so that somebody that is thinking of coming into North Cyprus will watch this and definitely take 1 or 2 things away from the video. Right? So that is why I'm creating content around Northern Cyprus, living here, shocks and all of that, things that I wish I knew. And I don't want you to, be taken by surprise, those that are not here yet. So that's why I'm making this video. Yeah, without talking too much, let us dive into today's video. So the first thing I wish I knew before moving into North Cyprus is learning the basics, the integrity of the language, the basics, okay? I wish I knew the basics because it would have helped me even right from Ejan Airport. As I said in the shock I got from coming here, this is one of the challenges a lot of people have gotten or they are getting or whatnot. So I think is very important as someone who is coming in here to just, learn the greetings, the basics, okay, the basics of the language. Like for say, sometimes they'll tell you Merhaba, you tell them Nasisin, you understand, like Merhaba, how are you? And you tell them I'm fine. So these are the basics. You don't need to know so much. So when you come in here, then you can learn all of those things. Thank God that today at least I can reply to most of the greetings, and trust me, it makes them so comfortable to be around you or to talk to you. You understand? So just learn the basics, the greetings, good night, which is good morning, understand, who's get means, just learn those basics, and trust me, it will help you when relocating or moving into North Cyprus, okay? Because at the airport, if you're somebody that is coming in for the first time and probably you see the immigration, you can just tell them Abi Narcissin or Patron Narcissin, you understand, all those kind of things. It makes them calm down. It makes them, language is very important. You understand? So Narcissin, they'll tell you, they want to know more, like where are you coming from and all of that. And they'll see you as someone who is quite interesting. And trust me, languages has opened so many doors for my family because my husband understands a lot of it, and we have a lot of Turkish people around us because of this language, that whenever we call on them, they would, answer us and, hear from us. So trust me, this language is something that I wish I knew before coming. I would have learned the basics, but thank God, thankfully today I know the basics. Trust me, you will not regret it. Okay. So moving ahead, one thing I knew and some people don't know. Okay. So I knew this because of my agent told me the truth why I was coming. Because I've met a lot of people in the course of my staying here, both school and, now, and I've been meeting a lot of people, and they've been telling me that they never knew that there were no employment in North Cyprus. So I want to say it here, the unemployment rate is so high. The unemployment rate is quite high, guys. So don't allow anybody to fool you, or you don't even need to be fooled. That is why I'm creating this video. The unemployment rate is quite high, and being that we are coming from Africa, Please, if you are somebody that is saying, I'm going to move here, maybe somebody is promising you when you get here, you're going to work in the bank sector or whatever, please, that's mission aborted. Please don't even listen to that. Or you are planning, I'm a banker, when I come here, there are so many jobs that are basically for the nationals. Okay? I'm saying it here. There are so many jobs that are basically for the nationals that when we even see an immigrant like us, maybe black, working in that sector, we are like, oh, wow, so they could give somebody this kind of position. You understand? Like 1 out of millions. Okay, so I'm thankful today that many people started working in the educational sector, but please do not have so much high expectations when moving into North Cyprus. There are not a lot of jobs here, which makes a lot of people frustrated moving in here. So as I said in one of my videos where I told people that my agent told me to learn skills like making of hair. I made hair here in North Cyprus, to get few coins, and trust me, it went a long way. So you can learn microblading, you can go learn nails, you can learn hair making, you can learn, those things that you use your hand to do, plumbing work, carpenter, because this work, when you learn it and you come here, there's a possibility that you get it, because most of the time they give us all these menial jobs. As I said, it's an island where they don't have so much industries. They deal with hotels, restaurants, and those are the places that you will see a lot of immigrants work. As I said, just learn 1 or 2 things with your hands, and trust me, it will go a long way for you. Yes, so mind you, I'm saying it again, there are no more jobs in North Cyprus. So if you're a family that is trying to relocate, bear it in mind that there are no lots of jobs. And I would also state here, it's just a tip, I'm just suggesting, if you are moving in here as an immigrant, I would suggest you move in during summer. Why do I say summer? Summer is best because there are job openings in hotels, restaurants, because of this is an island. During the summer, there are so many tourists that come into the country, so they require a lot of hands to work in different places, the beach, the restaurants, the hotels. So if you're a family that you're trying to relocate to North Cyprus, best take it from me that summer is the best time for you to relocate. So when you come in, say May, June, when you come in, you can go out and seek for employment. And trust me, when you know 1 or 2 things, that's why I said be skilled, like learn skills, okay? So that when you come in here, even when you don't even have skills, trust me, during summer there are quite a number of jobs that you can get. So during winter, the business is kind of slow because most tourists, go back because they don't like the cold. They come in here because of sunset, sun, and all of those, the beach life and all that. But during winter, they kind of go back to their base, and a lot of people lose their jobs and go back to being unemployed. Okay, so yeah. The third thing I wish I knew before coming into Cyprus was paying monthly. Guys, I did not know that they pay monthly here. It was a shocker to me, at the time where I left the dormitory. So I'm going to also say something here, because when I was coming, they just told me that you've paid for a year. And people hear this a year and think that a year is just from maybe January to December, which is not. So as a student, you're coming in to North Cyprus. Sometimes they tell you, your agent say I've paid for a year. A year sometimes means they paid for 2 semesters. 2 semesters, which is the fall and the spring semester. That's for 4 months. So during summer, which consists of June, July, August, September, you get to pay dormitory fee again if you are in the dorm. Okay, so just note that. Or if sometimes when people, during summer, when people leave, when it is time for summer, some people leave the dormitory, go outside, pair with their friends, then they come back and complete that 1 year that will stay, that maybe your agent had paid for you in the dormitory, which happened to me. Okay, I had to pay extra because I thought I and my family, we thought that the payment that we made had covered for the whole year, but only for me to, for them to tell me that in summer you are meant to pay. So as I said, one of the things I wish I knew was paying of house rent. I mentioned it in my last video that you pay monthly. So I'm going to break it down here for you. And I also got somebody who asked me in the comment section of my this video, the last video I just made of late, that how much is the rent here in Guinea where I live. So I'm going to be stating all that in this point. So if you're somebody that is moving to Cyprus for the first time, maybe you're not using the dormitory, you're coming in to share, or you're coming to get an apartment for yourself, note that these days house in Guinea, which is a city, is very, very expensive. So it depends on where you got admission. Maybe your school is in Guinea, definitely you have to look for an apartment here where you have to, it's going to be very close for you to go to school. So bear it in mind that houses are very expensive. So if you're somebody who is coming in, look for somebody to share an apartment with. For my subscriber that asked me, houses go as much as £500 these days. I've seen a 1+1. 1+1 that we talk about here is 1-bedroom flats. Okay, 1-bedroom flat. So if you're coming from Nigeria, if you hear 1+1, don't be shocked. 1+1 means 1-bedroom flats. That means there is 1 room, 1 parlor, and toilet and bedroom with the kitchen. So in Guinea here, you can get it for as much as 500. Some landlords take £550 for 1+1, depending on the building. Okay, depending on the building is how they give out their houses. Most buildings now are very, beautiful, well built. The interior is, top notch and all of that. So when you're paying, you are paying for those things, and that is why the houses are going for as much as 500, 400, 350. I don't know if there's still 350 of 1+1. I don't know, but you can see 400, 450, 2+1. You can even still see it for 550, 600, and so forth and so forth. So if you're coming in for the first time, please bear in mind that we pay monthly, and you have to pay your deposits. Most times the landlords collect 2 months deposit, 1 month rent, and for the agent that gets the house for you, collect commission. Or maybe if you're paying for £500, for instance, you're going to times it by 4 to start living for a month. Okay, so you're making a deposit into the landlord's apartment for 2 months. The commission is not refundable for those that will look for an apartment, except you get the apartment by yourself. When maybe you go online and check for apartments, then you pay just 2 months and rent. But it varies, as I said, because these days things have been changing. Normally you pay your 2 months deposit, 1 month rent, and you pack in. But these days I hear that some landlords take as much as 6 months rent. Some take as 3 months and all of that. So it all depends. But make sure that you have at least 4 times. Maybe if your apartment that you're going to be paying for is 500, times it by 4, which makes it like £2,000. That is what you will use in coming year. So know that here is a bit expensive in terms of apartments. Okay, I hope I've made it clear. I just broke it down a bit. So if you have other questions, put it in the comment section. As I usually do, I answer and I will explain more better to you. I don't want this video to be too lengthy. That is the third thing I wish I knew before moving into Cyprus. Okay, yeah, moving ahead, the fourth thing I wish I knew before moving into Cyprus is research about the market here. So there are many people who don't know where things are sold for cheap prices. Okay, there are different markets, okay, and there are different prices. Guys, it's so funny that you go to one market and you will see maybe Indomie for 7 TL, and you go to another market and you're seeing the same Indomie for 10 TL. So I always go out to research for markets. I've done some of the research and told you guys where you can source for things, family things, like things in bulk at a cheaper rate. So you can go down. As I said, I will link some of them in my description box, or just go and check out my videos. You will see it. So for markets here, sometimes there are places that you get and the prices are different. The prices are not the same in all markets. I think in some European country, whatever you see here is the price you see here. There are no changes. Correct me if I'm wrong, but here prices kind of change. I might be seeing one price in one market, and the next minute I'm going to another market and I'm buying the same thing for as low as maybe half the price. So you try to research and know where these things are. I'm going to be giving you for free for those that live in Guinea. So Lema has changed to Dima. There are so many things in Lema that are quite cheap. Okay, wipes, deodorant too is affordable there. Then if you know where they call Mami Market, these are just in my city. If you know where they call Mami Market, if you are in Guinea, go there. Indomie is sold for as low as 8 TL. But in other markets, it's going for 11, 12, 13. So that is why I said when you are someone who comes into the country, try and do your research on the markets that are quite cheap. These days, I see markets go online on Instagram and put their prices. So for us that are coming from Nigeria, you cannot bargain here. Whatever price tag you see on a product is what is being sold. I think the only place that you can bargain a bit, because you don't really get a lot of bargain because they label the prices of things. Not that like Nigeria, where they will tell you that meat is maybe 3,000 and you can price that meat and buy it for as low as 1,000. You don't do it here. So whatever you see on the price tag is what you go for. Again, there are farmers markets. I've gone to the market. I don't know. I'm going to link it up here if I get the video, or you check my other video down, you will see it. Farmers market in my city is on Wednesday. On Wednesdays from morning till say 7. They sell foods, vegetables, most things. They started selling it in that market. And trust me, if you lay your hands on those things, it's quite cheaper than, the mall or the store near you. So on Wednesdays, we go out there and buy those things in bulk. Okay, so research about the market. I wish I knew those things, because those days in dormitory we just come down and we just go to the market down, and these markets are very, very expensive. Markets that are built in the dormitories, in some kind of places, are quite expensive because they believe that we students will have a lot of money. So remember to research about the markets in your city and check for the price. Remember, you don't bargain a lot. Most of the time they put their price tag on these products and that is it. So yeah, I thought to share it because I made so much expenses. I wasted money buying things from stores that I did not even research about. And by the time I got to know that other places sell it for a cheaper rate, I have spent quite a lot of money on those things in other markets. Okay, so just research about the market. So moving ahead, another thing I wish I knew before coming into Cyprus is, please, I'm a very time conscious person. People that know me know that if you tell me to come at 9, I'm there. But if you're somebody that used to do African time in Nigeria, please don't do it when you come here, most especially in the healthcare sector. For instance, you go to the government hospital and maybe you book your appointments. So for those that don't know, you can book appointments online and you get to see a doctor in the government hospital. So you just dial 1101, you call them, they ask you for your passport number, so get your passport around and you tell them that you want to see the doctor. Depending on what you're going through, you tell them you want to see the doctor. So if they give you, for instance, 9:50, please be there at 9:50, because if not, someone else will take your slot and you might go and start fighting and they will push you to the end. Sometimes the doctors will even tell you, you have to wait because your time has passed. You will wait till I finish seeing everybody, then you can come in last. Guys, it happens. I'm just saying. So if you're someone who is like, it's African time, I can go at any time. Sorry, you cannot go at any time. You make sure you go at the right time, because they keep to time here. Okay, so that's another thing I wish I knew. I already know. One thing about me is I keep to time. So I'm just saying it for those who don't know and they are coming in. Please bear it in mind that they keep to time here. No African time in bank, in government offices. Guys, I'm going to give you another thing. Don't be too relaxed. When you make an appointment or something and you're not hearing from the government, go and check, because most times they might have emailed you or they might have sent you a message and the message might not be popping up, and you now go, they will tell you that we gave you a deadline of 10 days. Guys, it recently happened to me and I was like, I did not get the message, and thankfully, truthfully, I did not get the message, because I'm someone that once I get that message, I'm there. Please keep to dates. Please keep to time. If they tell you after 15 working days, there's nothing they can do, trust me, there is nothing you can do after that 15 days. It's only God that will come through for you. So keep to time, ask questions, and make sure that you don't do African time here. Okay. Moving ahead, things I wish I knew before coming to Cyprus is the transportation system. So for those that know, there are trains in other countries, there are buses that, there are time conscious. The only buses that deals with time are the school buses. The school buses runs every hour. So if you're somebody that wants to take the school bus, I think every hour the school bus, moves. But for the buses here, there are no time. For the domush, we call it domush, you can call it domush, you can call it the public transport. They move at every time. They move, if you are in Nigeria, the common bus, the way you just get bus, you flap buses, you enter, there are buses like that here. I was thinking when I was coming that there will be time limit for buses, like all these public transport, but trust me, there are buses at any time. You can just flap them down. Hello, hold on. You see them, they are all written. The names of where you are going to is written boldly on the buses. So you can just look on the buses and you see the name. And most times they put their price tag once you enter, and you know how much, or you ask. You can ask the bus driver, please, I'm going to I'm going to so place, please, how much is it? And he will tell you, and you pay and you move ahead. So I'm saying it here, there are no time for the public transport. The public transport runs as early as 6, you will start seeing them, and as late as I think 11, 12, or even further than that, I don't know, but you will see buses. But the ones that have time every hour is the school bus. So guys, lastly, because this video is quite long, guys, this one is very, very important and it needs to be said. A lot of people have misconception about North Cyprus. Okay, I'm very sure that a lot of people have a lot of things. They are watching me and they're saying in their heart, Cyprus is not worth it. Why am I giving all this information and all of that? But I would want to say something here. In as much as we are coming in as immigrants, please follow due process. I always say it. When you come into, I'm sure that those who are in the UK, you've done your papers, everything is good. And most times, if you don't have, I think, your BRP, you cannot even get houses. Unlike here, that you can just come in and look for an agent, get houses, and you don't even have to get your permit. But I'm saying it here, not all North Cyprus people are bad. Most times, we are the ones that create names for ourselves. So when you're coming into North Cyprus, as a student, as maybe you're moving in as family, please, the first thing that I would like you to do is go do your mujarat, do your permits. Okay, do your permits. If you're coming in here through work, make sure that they start the process of your work permit ASAP. Because when you don't have all this, that is when we tend to call them bad people. Okay, that is when they want to talk to us anyhow. For those people who are maybe who do not like immigrants, they will not say the grounds to talk to you anyhow. So please, when you're coming in here as a student, move ahead straight and do your permits. Now, I'm giving you for free that there are deadlines for Mujara student permits. There are deadlines. So if you're entering here, the first thing you should do within the 30 days is for you, because they stamp you and I think they give days of how long you can stay before you do your permit. Within those days, please do your permit. It will make you have self-respect for yourself. Talk when somebody talks back at you. You have your rights, because it's when you don't have this permit that you kind of tend to see them in a bad way. And maybe the ones that are bad, when they talk to you anyhow, you can no longer talk to them, because they some of them will say, I'm going to call the police. And they know nowadays they threaten the immigrants with police, because they know most people don't have their permits. Please, guys, if you're moving in as family or as students, they will not ask you. You will get apartments. You can walk on the road. You will get food. You can go anywhere and buy things. But police can stop you and ask you for your permit. Or you can go into an argument with a national here, and the next thing the person is saying, I'm going to call you police. And by the time the police come, the first thing they want to know is, what do you have? Do you have your permit? Do you have your work permit? Do you have your mujarat? What are you identified with? Please identify yourself with something, so that when you have a case here, you can be able to speak for yourself. There are so many times that people, the nationals here have offended the immigrants. And when we ask, we will tell them, hope you have permit, and they go like, no, I don't have, then you let it go because you don't want to go into problem. Please go ahead and do your permit. It's very, very important. So people don't know this and they live their life and forget to do their permits. They will say, I wish I knew. Start it up so that you don't get to spend even the money later on something else, and then you enter into problem and now you are frustrated. You don't even know where to start from. Please guys, this is one thing I want you guys. If you don't take anything home in this video, take this particular one home. If you're coming for the first time, go to your school. Within those days that they stamp you to go stay in the country, get your permit. If you're a work person, tell them, please, you want your work permit ASAP, and make sure you follow it to later. Just make sure that you keep renewing it. Anytime it expires, you keep renewing it, because you don't want to fall into their hands and you're not prepared to leave the country and somebody is deporting you, putting you under pressure where you're not ready. You understand? I wish you guys well. For those who are going to be coming in, you're welcome to Cyprus. Trust me, it's not as bad as you're hearing. It's not as bad as you're hearing. I've been here for 11 years. My husband has been here for more than 12 years. Okay? And yeah, we are doing well. We are doing well. It's not easy. There is nowhere that is easy, guys. I'm saying there's nowhere that, even my country, is not a bed of roses. You understand? So, but I wish everyone well. Thank you so much, guys, for watching me. I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, stay safe and remain blessed. Bye for now, guys.